Hello and welcome to the Dakar Series China Rally. This is the first edition of a week-long adventure through 3 of the most beautiful Chinese deserts the country has to offer. Today we're in the Tenggale Desert. In Mongolian, that means disappearing into the sky. But who are the favourites? 104 competitors from 9 different nations, all discovering new terrain. Of the 52 crews, 4 are favourites. The Chinese Han Wei and Zhu Yong. And adding international flavour, the Toyota team of Lucio Alvarez and Giniel de Villiers. Alvarez is experiencing his first rally with the Works Toyota team, although he already has 6 Dakars under his belt in other machinery. It's my first time in China, and I'm surprised by the country. The terrain, the course, and the dunes, well, they're big and high. Lots of desert should provide a great route. It's also my first time in this car. I've raced in a Toyota before, but that was with a fixed rear axle, a smaller version. Giniel de Villiers is perhaps the most famous driver here, a professional off-road racer for over 20 years, but with little or no experience of the Chinese sands.
I think there's a few good drivers here, so it's obviously their backyard. They will know the place quite well, and you can never underestimate, anybody in any car. So you have to make sure that you do a good job and that we stay concentrated. And first of all, that we manage to cross all the dunes without making a mistake.
On day 1, Giniel did just that. No mistakes in the tough dunes, finishing second. Now, despite the presence of Dakar greatness, Zhu Yong is not concerned. His biggest rival? Well, my biggest rival is me. We'll do our best. He wasn't wrong. A missed waypoint on the very first stage handed the Hilux driver a 30-minute penalty. Winning will now be hard. His countryman Han Wei has already taken international podiums. De Villiers and Petter Hansel are my idols, the 2 drivers I really adore. So today, one of my idols is here, and I'm so happy to participate with him in the same race. It's great. I don't have to go to South Africa to see him. I can race against him and see how I line up against him. At the starting ceremony, Han was able to meet his idol and main adversary. And in day 1 was equally enjoyable. He finished P3. But against these favourites, there was a surprise stage 1 winner. Arigel was literally at home in these dunes, and his experience paid off. He took the victory by 13 seconds. Stage 2 will be a bigger challenge than the first, deeper into the Tenggale Desert. The dunes are soft and irregular. A late midday start means the stage was shortened by 28 kilometres, and the first kilometres again, another blast through the FB Park display before the freedom of the dunes. There is a healthy entrance of T2 production vehicles, the same 4x4 you can buy for the road with uprated suspension and roll cage. Zhang Jiafen in 209 leads the 10-strong field. The beauty of this place is staggering. But in the heat of the midday sun, the direct light means it's tricky to really see the contrast of the short and aggressive dunes, and therefore judge your speed. The vegetation gives some help, and provides fluid to the many lakes around the area. Difficulties continue for the favourite Zhu Yong, outside the top 20 again, 37 minutes back. Sixth position for hot favourite Han Wei. He seems a little bit off, but the top seed was also happy to be in a good rhythm, even if he admitted he was a little bit slow. Also dropping time, Ginier de Villiers, but at least the South African had an excuse. He got stuck on the top of a dune for a few minutes, too busy admiring the view. It was enough time lost to end up fifth on this shortened stage.
It's definitely a good place to come and practice some dune driving, and you know, it's more than a good challenge. It's as good as anything I've done before, and as tough as anything I've done before.
The sands have surprised the visitors in their size, steepness and softness. So a heavy rear-wheel drive buggy is not the ideal machine, but Zhang Ming did his best to finish fourth. He was just seconds behind his teammate, Louis Feilong. It was an impressive day for the team run by Han Wei, and Lou was happy to beat his teammates and his team boss. The beauty of this desert with its lakes are not lost on any of the visitors. Lucio Alvarez loved the short and aggressive dunes, and his experience in the Hilux as well, different from usual. He is still learning the Toyota, hence a little bit of lost time to the winner. The car goes really well, it's so easy to drive, and I feel really good with it. The stage was really difficult to see the dunes because they were so short, but it was a great stage. Origel has impressed everyone. Early in the stage, de Villiers was trying to catch him in his wheel tracks but couldn't close or pass. And by stage end, the local that lives just 20 kilometres away was over 4 minutes clear of the field. Today, the stage was good. It went really smoothly, and as the first car to open the road, I had to be a bit steady. Normally, I drive faster, but it felt good to open the road, and everything went very, very well. Origel's win was impressive when you see how compressed the rest of the top 5 are. Losing 5 minutes will be tough for de Villiers. The South African, though, still holds second overall, ahead of Alvarez, and Wei in fourth, with another of his teammates in fifth. It's not really a surprise to the real locals. But for those who have not experienced this part of the world, the dunes have been providing a real challenge. The sand is soft, super soft. Sometimes reverse is the only option. And sometimes flat out is the only way to keep momentum. However, sometimes that's simply not possible. I don't have a choice, the sand is too soft today. I didn't realise it was such a huge dune. So now it's time to dig. Well, that's one way to free a car. For most, Alexa Left is a new discovery. The town of 150,000 people covers 80 kilometers and is known for its desert tourism and unique ecosystem. If you look towards the west, 20 or 30 kilometers away, you can see the Tangi Desert. Over there's not only desert, but over 400 lakes. So the desert of Alexa sits basically on water. The largest and most famous of those lakes is Lake Swan, full of wildlife in the wettest season. But a humid desert so close to altitude of the Helen Mountains creates a unique atmosphere for stones to grow, sold at this local market. I am a stone collector from another city, and I am very honoured to come here to Alexa to participate in this market. These are many of my precious stones, and I hope I can find some new owners for them. Owners that can appreciate them as much as I do. Tomorrow, we leave Alexa Left to head 500 kilometers west for Alexa Right. It'll be a new desert terrain and the longest day of the rally, a real Dakar distance of 682 kilometers. The Badan Jilin Desert, with its longest dunes in the world, awaits.